We have finished all 16 AFC teams, so it is finally time to move on to the NFC, and we are starting with the Atlanta Falcons. With former coach Dan Quinn and GM Thomas Dimitroff gone, the Falcons are on the journey back to NFL relevancy. Arthur Smith and Terry Fontenot already made a major decision in passing on drafting a quarterback with the 4th overall pick in the 2021 NFL Draft and hitching their future to Matt Ryan, the former MVP, to lead them back to their winning ways. The question now is, will that pay off, or will they regret the decision they made? Atlanta finished 4-12 last season. At home, they were 2-6. On the road, they also went 2-6. Within the division, they were 1-5. Offensively, they were 18th in the NFL with 368.4 yards per game. And defensively, they ranked 29th, giving up 398.4. Okay, now saying all that, the Falcons were horribly unlucky last year. Yes, their early season collapses were partially self-inflicted, but some tough luck goes into blowing 2 straight 15-point fourth quarter leads. No team in NFL history had blown 2 15-point fourth quarter leads over an entire season before the 2020 Falcons. Atlanta also did it in just 2 weeks. The Falcons were 1-8 in games decided by 7 or fewer points. That was the most losses and worst record in NFL in 7-point games. And well, because of all that, they ended up with a top 5 draft pick. And with the 4th selection, the Falcons had an opportunity to find the quarterback of the future and could have taken Justin Fields. Instead, Atlanta elected to take tight end Kyle Pitts. In the 2nd round, they drafted a safety out of Central Florida, Richie Grant. In the 3rd round, they drafted Jalen Mayfield, a tackle from Michigan. And in the 4th round, they drafted a cornerback out of San Diego State, Darren Hall. But all right, enough of all that. Let's talk Julio Jones. The Falcons watched probably the greatest player in the history of their franchise depart this offseason. And I think Atlanta got caught a bit flat-footed when Jones asked for a trade. At that point, the Falcons had to make some hard decisions. They could have played hardball with Jones, who had a $15.3 million salary base for 2021, or they could have traded him. And well, you know how this story ends, as they eventually dealt him to the Tennessee Titans. As for the rest of the offseason, Atlanta didn't have much cap room, due in part to still having Jones on the books, and didn't give any player more than $3 million per year in free agency. Kickoff returner Cordell Patterson and running back Mike Davis, who did play well for Carolina last year, were their biggest signings. The Falcons saw a few key starters leave, like center Alex Mack and safeties Keanu Neal and Ricardo Allen. Their strength of schedule ranks 30, lucky. Some of their notable games: Week 10 versus Dallas, Week 11 versus New England, Week 15 at San Francisco, and Week 17 versus Buffalo. As we turn our attention to key players, Matt Ryan is such an interesting case in terms of his career and for 2021. Ryan is coming off good but not great seasons. Does he have an upstick in new coach Arthur Smith's play-action heavy offense, the same one that saved Ryan Tannehill's career with the Tennessee Titans? Or is he on a decline in his late 30s? And figuring that out is just as challenging as putting Ryan's career in perspective. He has been a clear above average quarterback for most of his 13 seasons. He had one historic MVP season in 2016 and would probably be a damn near Hall of Fame lock had the Falcons not infamously blown that Super Bowl. Now guys, we have seen great tight ends have tough rookie seasons. The Gronk had 546 receiving yards his rookie year. Tony Gonzalez posted just 368, and Shannon Sharp had just 99. The tight end position is probably, honestly, the toughest position in the NFL for rookies to have success. But then again, Kyle Pitts is not a normal rookie tight end. Pitts was the highest tight end drafted in the Super Bowl era at 4th overall. Kyle is a rare prospect that checks every box for athleticism and on-field production. His ceiling is literally the greatest of all time at his position. And I know that's lofty, but considering he's probably the best tight end prospect of the modern era, I guess only time will tell to see if he lives up to the hype. Now, part of the reason the Falcons were so willing to trade Julio Jones is the presence of Calvin Ridley, who had his first 1,000-yard season last year to go along with 9 touchdowns. He's the clear number 1, and the hope is that Russell Gage, a 2018 6th-round pick, will continue to emerge. There's not a whole lot to talk about on defense. The linebacking spot looks quite promising with 2017 Pro Bowler Deion Jones, and at cornerback, 2020 first-round pick AJ Terrell leads the pack after showing promise his rookie season. The defensive line is a bit of a question mark aside from Pro Bowler Grady Jarrett, who is one of the best defensive tackles in the NFL. Dante Fowler Jr. took a pay cut to stay with the Falcons, and they will need him to do much more in the pass rush than he did last year after signing as a free agent. Finally, we do not show love to kickers often, but I gotta show some respect to Younghoe Koo, who made the Pro Bowl last year in his breakout season, going 37 for 39 on field goals and 8 of 8 on kicks of 50 yards plus. And as for my projections, I'm gonna cut right to the chase. I don't trust the roster. There's not a lot of depth and some glaring holes on both sides of the ball. Over the long term, I think Arthur Smith will prove to be a good hire, and I believe Calvin Ridley and Kyle Pitts will be a great nucleus for Atlanta's passing game for many years. But this season is going to be another rough one in Atlanta, for a team that has so much unknown. I'm gonna go 5-12 for the Falcons. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Again, if you are enjoying the videos, please make sure you guys do drop a like. Make sure you guys do drop a subscription. It'd be very much appreciated. Until next time, I'll talk to you guys soon. Peace.